The greatest gift you can give to yourself after suffering from narcissistic abuse is reclaiming self-care. Narcissistic abuse can leave you feeling drained and disconnected from yourself. It's all about getting back on track with your self-care routines and feeling good again. From improving your daily hygiene to finding ways to boost your mood and energy, focusing on self-care can make a huge difference. Today, we'll dive into some simple and effective ways to restore your well-being and make self-care a natural part of your routine. Are you ready for number 1? Establish boundaries. Setting boundaries is critical to getting back on track with self-care and improving hygiene after narcissistic abuse. When you set clear limits, you protect your time and energy from being drained by others, which lets you focus on your own needs without feeling overwhelmed. Boundaries also help reduce stress and make it easier to stick to a consistent routine. By creating space and respect for yourself, you'll have more mental energy to maintain good hygiene and stick to your self-care habits. It's basically about giving yourself permission to put yourself first and rebuild your well-being. Take note of this. Dr. Alexandra Solomon, a licensed clinical psychologist, says, "Healthy boundaries are an act of self-care. They help us maintain our emotional and physical health by clearly defining what we will and won't accept." Let's talk about number 2, create a routine. Creating a routine gives your day structure and makes self-care activities a regular part of your schedule, so you're less likely to skip them. By setting specific times for things like showering or brushing your teeth, you turn these tasks into automatic habits and reduce the stress of deciding when to do them. It's all about making self-care and hygiene a natural part of your day, which can be a significant relief and boost your overall well-being. Listen closely. Dr. Caroline Leaf, a neuroscientist, says, "Establishing a routine is crucial for mental health because it creates predictability and reduces stress, making self-care a more effortless part of your day." Let's move on to number 3. Practice mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness helps you stay tuned into your needs and feelings, making it easier to recognize when you're skipping self-care or hygiene. By focusing on the present and treating yourself with kindness, you'll find it easier to build and stick to new habits. Plus, mindfulness can help reduce stress and boost your motivation, so you're more likely to stay on top of things and take better care of yourself. Keep this in mind. Tara Brach, an American psychologist, says, "Mindfulness allows us to pause and notice what we need, making it easier to establish and maintain habits that support our well-being." Now let's continue to number 4. Prioritize sleep. Prioritizing sleep is vital to getting back on track with self-care and improving hygiene after narcissistic abuse. When you get enough rest, your body and mind can heal, which boosts your mood and motivation. This makes it easier to stick to self-care routines and feel up to taking care of your hygiene. Plus, good sleep helps you stay energized and reduces stress, so you're more likely to keep up with daily hygiene tasks and maintain a routine. Good sleep helps you feel better and more capable of taking care of yourself. As Dr. Matthew Walker, a professor of neuroscience and psychology, says, "Prioritizing sleep is not just about rest. It's about healing. Adequate sleep is essential for restoring mental health and establishing healthy self-care routines after trauma." You shouldn't miss number 5, engage in physical activity. Getting regular exercise can make a big difference in how you manage self-care and hygiene after narcissistic abuse. When you work out, your mood gets a boost thanks to those feel-good chemicals called endorphins. This lift in mood can make it easier to stay positive and motivated, which is crucial for sticking to self-care routines. Plus, exercise gives you more energy throughout the day. When you're not dragging from exhaustion, it's simpler to follow through with self-care tasks and maintain your hygiene. On top of that, regular physical activity is excellent for reducing stress. When you're less stressed, you're less likely to skip out on personal care or let it slide. Exercise helps you unwind and manage anxiety, which can otherwise make it challenging to keep up with hygiene habits. So by staying active, you're not only improving your mood and energy levels, but also setting yourself up for better self-care and hygiene overall. Are you still up for number 6? Seek therapy. Going to therapy can help you get back into self-care and improve your hygiene after dealing with narcissistic abuse. A therapist can help you heal emotionally, rebuild your self-esteem, and give you practical advice for sticking to self-care routines. They can also address any neglect of personal hygiene and help you find motivation to stay on top of it. Plus, therapy can manage stress and depression that might make it hard to care for yourself. Overall, therapy supports you in creating a consistent routine and feeling better about taking care of yourself. Let's keep it moving to number 7. Practice self-compassion. When you treat yourself with kindness and understanding, it helps you stop beating yourself up for past mistakes and makes it easier to start fresh. Being gentle with yourself also reduces stress and helps you stay consistent with your hygiene routines, even if you miss a day or two. Overall, self-compassion boosts your motivation and makes taking care of yourself feel more natural and rewarding. Here comes number 8. Reconnect with hobbies. Reconnecting with hobbies is a fantastic way to lift your spirits and get back into the groove of self-care after experiencing narcissistic abuse. When you dive into activities you love, it naturally boosts your mood and makes you feel better overall. This positive shift in how you feel makes it easier to stay focused on taking care of yourself. Whether it's painting, hiking, or reading, doing what you enjoy helps you rediscover joy and motivation, which can be a massive help in sticking to your self-care and hygiene routines. On top of that, engaging in hobbies can help you create a more structured daily routine. When you schedule time for activities you love, you build a framework that includes room for personal care and hygiene. This added structure can make it easier to maintain consistent self-care habits. Plus, hobbies are great for reducing stress and giving you more energy, which means you're more likely to feel up to keeping up with personal care. So, getting back into what you enjoy not only supports your mental well-being, but also helps you stay on top of physical self-care. Moving on to number 9. Develop healthy eating habits. When you eat balanced meals, you have more energy and feel better, which makes it easier to stick to self-care routines. Good nutrition also supports your overall health, which can improve your appearance and make personal care feel more rewarding. Plus, having regular meal times helps create a structured day that includes both eating well and keeping up with hygiene. When you take care of your body with good food, it helps you feel good and stay motivated to maintain your self-care and hygiene. Finally, we're down to number 10. Limit social media exposure. When you spend less time online, you reduce the stress that comes from endless comparisons and negative interactions. This drop in stress helps boost your self-esteem, making it easier to feel good about yourself and focus on self-care. Without the constant pressure of social media, you can start to see yourself more clearly and appreciate the progress you're making. Plus, freeing up time from social media gives you more space in your day to concentrate on self-care routines and personal hygiene. Instead of getting caught up in scrolling or responding to posts, you can use that time to create and stick to a routine that works for you. This extra focus helps you stay motivated and consistent with your self-care practices. In short, cutting down on social media helps you feel better, stay on track, and make self-care a priority. Reclaiming self-care and improving your hygiene after narcissistic abuse is all about taking small, meaningful steps toward feeling better and looking after yourself. It's not about being perfect, but about being kind to yourself and making gradual changes that boost your well-being. Remember, you're worth the effort, and every little thing you do for yourself adds up. By focusing on self-care routines and building healthy habits, you're not just healing from the past, you're setting yourself up for a brighter, healthier future. So go ahead, take those steps, and celebrate each victory along the way. You've got this.